We're Robert Tarley. We just spent the last month in Albania. We're actually on the ferry now, heading from Albania over into Italy. We thought it could be a perfect opportunity to share with everyone
10 things we wish we knew before travelling to Albania.
Number 10 is not all of the beaches are the pristine turquoise Riviera beaches that you imagine.
That everybody comes for.
So we ended up staying in a place called just south of Tours. It's actually on a recommendation from somebody in a Facebook group. We probably should have done a bit more of our own research. And really the beaches and the water were pretty brown and
They're cute.
not that great. So, you know, we're not kind of dissing it, we're really just sharing our experiences with you. The beaches that are the really nice beaches in Albania are typically more in the south of the country, around
People.
they do look fantastic and beautiful. So head down further south at the Riviera and certainly further than where we're staying.
Number 9, also about the beaches. They're not all free either. Most of it actually is private beach. And there are small chunks of public beach. But we found they were just covered with everybody's umbrellas and deck chairs that they up and left all day and all night.
Yeah, it was a real struggle for us trying to get access to the beach for free. You're coming from Australia, that's like really difficult.
There was nowhere to put a towel down on the sand. It was all covered with beach chairs, wasn't it?
Yeah, the public areas were not nice. So if you wanted to go and enjoy the beach, you really should just, I guess, expect to pay between, yeah, it's about 10 euros, so it's about 11 US dollars, and you get a sunshade, sun lounges. As part of that, further south, looking at some of the research we've done, that can go up to about 22 US dollars for 2 lounges and sunshade.
Just for a day.
Number 8. The local Albanians are so friendly, super welcoming.
Yes. I really love it if you can have a few words like please and thank you in Albanian. We got loads of smiles.
I don't think people were expecting us to be able to say hello, thank you, and goodbye in Albanian. Number 7, the prices are pretty cheap in Albania. Cost of living was quite reasonable compared to many other European cities.
Yeah. Most people coming from most countries will find it affordable, if not cheap.
Yeah, and the same goes for food, both groceries, and also eating out in restaurants. Number 6, we found Albania to be a super safe place. No issues, felt very safe. Daytime or night.
We didn't feel we need any extra need to protect things or ourselves.
No, in fact, we were quite surprised that a lot of the local store vendors just left all of their belongings there and kind of wrapped around and dumped it up.
5, the quality of the food was probably not quite what we were expecting. We'd read a lot about it being great. But we found where we were, most of the options eating out were fast food.
Yep.
Not that great for us. And we really like cooking, so we were quite happy to do that. But there wasn't a lot of variety of vegetables or fruit to buy.
Yeah.
The quality of the meat wasn't quite what we hoped for.
No, there are quite a lot of, I guess, just farmers, you know, living and selling all of their vegetables around the streets.
Yeah.
The quality of the produce was good.
Yeah, but there wasn't not much variety.
Yeah.
Bananas and grapes and figs. And then vegetables was potatoes, tomatoes, and cucumbers. Not a lot else was there.
No. But surprisingly, we couldn't find any fresh meat to buy. So in the supermarkets, all of the food, all of the meat was frozen. And unfortunately, we ended up having to, we thawed out, obviously, the meat. We ended up having to throw away some chicken and some minced meat that we bought, that just really tastes very nice. There are some high-end restaurants, and the food in there was nice.
It's really tasty. Yeah, they have fabulous marinara, linguine. Every restaurant we went to, all walked past.
Yeah, that was reasonable.
High end, low end, yeah, and all looked amazing.
Before language, so we did find that most people would speak a little bit of English, had no problems in any kind of language issues. I think we even pulled out Google Translate or so yeah, very easy to talk to everyone and get what you need.
Yeah, we managed at the supermarket, the gym, the taxis, everywhere we need to.
We just had to do a quick change of location. I don't know what they're going on with the ship, but it was blowing a cable.
Well, big engine cable, I don't think.
Yeah, I think so. So, anyway, number 3.
Credit cards and cash are accepted pretty much everywhere. Like usual, we found taxi drivers prefer cash, the street vendors prefer cash, but we were able to use a credit card pretty much everywhere else, supermarkets, places you go out to eat.
Yeah, I think that both the taxis and local stores don't have any facilities to take credit cards, so just make sure you've got some cash with you. Number 2, getting around, we found pretty difficult. We're, I guess, quite used to being in countries where there's lots of options for public transport. We didn't find that to be the case. I think there are some buses that go around, particularly between kind of
big cities, yeah.
Tourists and some local buses, but just be aware that there's no timetables. There's no actual bus stops that we could see. We did see a few people gathering around and a bus did pick them up, but it certainly wasn't that easy to navigate. Really, I don't think there's any train infrastructure within Albania as well.
No, and even like for us, we came from the airport and our host at the Airbnb told us the only option was a taxi. There was no bus.
Yeah. So we just kind of walked a lot of places where we were going and used a taxi, which from Tirana to Golem cost us just over $40 and that was for about a 50-minute ride, so not too bad for those journeys. We did try and get a taxi, to take us a couple of kilometers, and they were only going to charge us a minimum of I think about $11 or $12, so it wasn't worth it.
Kilometers.
Yeah.
So, number 1, mobile data. We found it was everywhere. Like our SIM cards worked really well, but Wi-Fi was not very consistent. You couldn't get it everywhere. We tried to use it like in cafes, or we didn't connect.
We had, out of all the countries we've been to, the Wi-Fi's were, I think, the worst in our experience for the cafes. We were hardly able, actually we weren't able to do any work, connect any of the cafes.
They welcomed us to sit and pull out our laptops. We could actually work.
So we have a bonus one on top of this, and that is really, when should you think about going to Albania for you? Well, things to consider are July and August does get really busy, it is more expensive, and it does get super hot. So the temperatures in the middle of the day were around 35 to 38 degrees Celsius. And that's very hot for a lot of people. Also, I think just with the amount of crowds around the beach areas, it's definitely something to consider. But I can really see that you know, the Albanian Riviera and that coastline would be fantastic in the shoulder season, particularly in the south of Albania where the beaches are fantastic. So yeah, things to consider. Also, I think it'll make a nice spot for a winter retreat as well. Temperatures are fairly mild.
If you're interested in knowing more about the living abroad lifestyle and things like all the costs involved, then just remember to subscribe, hit that like button and the bell notification.
Well, that's a wrap from us, and I hope that was helpful to people. A lot of people absolutely love Albania. It's definitely something in some way you should consider to put on the radar.
If you've got any questions, just ask us in the comments below.
Yeah. All right, bye for now.